It's election season, and oftentimes that inspires us to take a closer look at the future of our country. Now, a new book by author Stephen Dinan called Sacred America, Sacred World, Fulfilling Our Mission in Service to All, has been dubbed a must-read for members on both sides of the aisle and everyone in between. Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. Now, in the book, you talk about America's sacred purpose. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can find it in our founding documents in many ways. Liberty and equality and justice for all are really deeper principles for how do we create an amazing country and really a beautiful world. And you can also find it in things like E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. And I see this as more than a motto about unifying 13 colonies. It's more of a mission to unify peoples and religions and worldviews and cultures. So we're leading towards more oneness, leading towards greater wholes. And that's the part that we're really forgetting right now. We're forgetting the oneness, the unum out of the E pluribus unum, and we're really focused much more on what divides us. The partisanship is really intense now. Class divides, race divides are really exaggerated right now. We're losing that common ground that makes us all Americans. So it's really important that we reconnect with these founding roots, but also activate a vision of where we're going. Because when we don't have a vision, we tend to just descend into squabbles over self-interest. And a higher vision or higher purpose allows us to mobilize more of our energy for a mission together than simply to squabble over the differences. And
I love the idea of oneness. Now, you say the book is nonpartisan as well, but what can we do as citizens to kind of help the country get there as well?
Well, I think we have to take it on each in our own way. You know, for me, when I started out, I wrote a book called Radical Spirit. It was a pretty hard-boiled progressive, and I really made a lot of enemies on the right. And there was a certain point where I turned that around. 2008, Sarah Palin, when she was vice presidential candidate, really got on my nerves. But instead of just rehearsing that, I took the time to read both of her books and really begin to understand her from a deeper way. And there was a shift in me, and we ended up having a dream where I had a hug with her in a dream. It was really quite beautiful. And then I wrote an article called Dissolving the Palin Prejudice at Huffington Post. It got a lot of traction and a fan mail from the right. And out of that really emerged this recognition that there's a complementarity of different political positions. If we can learn from each other and see that political diversity as ultimately a source of strength and innovation, if we're willing to be curious and explore and look at things from different angles, that helps us bring us back together and find better solutions. So we can do it individually, we can also do it as communities, and we can do it as a country.
That's right. Understanding other people's views is so great. And right now we seem to be experiencing some political gridlock, but you say America can lead the world to peace. And the idea of hope seems to be a very important concept in the book. Is that really the major message you want people to take away when they read Sacred America, Sacred World?
Well, it really is about relating to our country in a sacred way, with heart and depth and reverence. And that doesn't mean staying stuck in the past either. It means saying, look, we've done some great things already, and we've got some shadow things that we need to look at, some places we've been out of integrity. So we need to look at those, but not to critique them to the level where we're not in a love relationship with our country, but to really remember that there is a higher potential. We do tend to overcome our challenges when we really take them on, and that we have this higher mission that we can all work on together, that we're all ultimately on the same team, and to respect and honor that the political diversity is part of our strength.
All right, the book itself is gorgeous with Lady Liberty right there. But where can we find out more information and even get a copy?
You can get a copy at Amazon.com or sacredamerica.net. And there's also a lot of great solutions in the book. It goes beyond just shifting our psychology to what do we actually need to do in ranges from banking to climate change to educating our children.
I like that. Moving forward, maybe you should run for office. We'll see about that. But I think you're doing pretty good as an author. Thank you so much for joining us. For more info, you can log on to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
And since we are talking about books, let's get a look at what is topping the New York Times bestsellers list. Let's start with the nonfiction books. And at number 5 is Wake Up America by Fox News personality Eric Bolling. Number 4 is Bill O'Reilly's Legend and Lies, The Patriots by David Fisher. In the third spot is When Breath Becomes Air. Number 2 is the pop culture phenomenon Hamilton, The Revolution by Lin-Manuel Miranda and also Jeremy McCarter. And the number 1 best-selling nonfiction book is Crisis of Character by Gary Byrne with Grant M. Schmidt. Let's move over to the fiction side. Longtime author favorite Stephen King is back with the 5th best-selling book, End of Watch. James Patterson and Mark Sullivan have their book. The Games, that's coming in at number 4. Number 3 is The Girls by Emma Cline. And the runner-up spot is First Comes Love by Emily Griffin. And the best-selling fiction hardcover is the longtime favorite Danielle Steele for Magic. Good reads there. All right, coming up, I am helping you tackle your toughest home improvement projects. And today we're showing you how to give your patio a little TLC in today's DIY. Stay with us.